Alrighty guys, a very warm welcome to another video. So we've just had the running of the 2022 Ironman 70.3 Bahrain, which coupled as the Middle Eastern Championship. And now, unfortunately, in the women's side of things, particularly for Holly Lawrence, she was subject, as the headline here from Tri247 suggests, or basically says, subject to a scary detour onto an open highway. And now, essentially, for some context, she had a lead out of the swim around 8 seconds. She was then absolutely flying on the bike, establishing a very, very strong lead into the minutes, about a minute and a half, and then got led off the road onto a busy highway in Bahrain, an area that she does not know well at all, for about a 4-kilometer detour. Now, let's have a read through the article and kind of discuss it as we go. So, again, Ironman kind of throwing us another curveball like this at a high professional athlete or at a professional event like Ironman is running and seems to be or wants to be running, where there's prize money for first, second, third, fourth, fifth, down to 10th. And, you are the difference between first, which I guess, in my opinion, Holly really was robbed of when we break it down, and fourth is dramatic. So how do we compensate her for this? It's an absolutely devastating, and it's not something at all we'd expect to see even at a local club race, let alone an Ironman. So, I was actually on my reaction video to Simon Shee, professional triathlete, or became a professional triathlete, American athlete, in just 7 months. I was saying that, you shouldn't really have to go and drive the bike course or ride the bike course to know where you're going. That should be pretty much implied. However, maybe I'll have to eat my words on that one. So let's have a read through. Holly Lawrence, favorite for the women's title at Ironman 70.3 Bahrain, described an in-race detour on the bike onto an open highway as scary and stressful. The Brit, the 70.3 world champion in 2016 and currently 12th in the PTO world rankings, was looking for a 4th straight victory in Bahrain in what this season was the Middle East Championship. So from bad to worse. But the week got off to a bad start when her bike was initially held up in transit. However, all appeared back on track when the race got underway, and she came out of the swim in the lead alongside Aussie Natalie Van Coeverden. So, and a huge shout out to Natalie, racing for her first 70.3 in a very long time and taking second place. So really, really good effort. And that's great to see another Aussie up there, I guess, mixing it with the best. So Lawrence then put her cycling prowess into action to open up an advantage of over 4 minutes on the rest past the halfway stage at the 90 kilometer bike leg. So in just 45 kilometers, she's already over 4 minutes up the road. But it was soon after that point that things went awry. Her Bahrain victorious team posted on social media that she was led the wrong way by Moto in an incident that saw her ride an extra 4 miles, lose her advantage, and come into T2, transition to, at plus 1 minute and 45 seconds down on the front three, which included the eventual winner, Marjolaine Pierré from France. So this was the post which Holly reposted onto her Instagram story, and this was from Bahrain. Victorious, Holly Lawrence try led the wrong way by Moto, does an extra 4 miles, and now 1 minute down onto the run. So they're saying over 4 kilometers up here, and Bahrain saying, her team saying, over 4 miles, but nonetheless, significant amount of time lost. And she said, in response to that, can't talk about it yet. Sorry if you saw me angry out there. It was very stressful and honestly scary riding amongst all the cars on the highway and trying to find a way to get back on the course. This race was doomed from the start for me, obviously with her initial troubles with her bike incident. So Lawrence would go on to finish 4 minutes and 40 seconds adrift in 4th place, and she later posted on Instagram about the scare, which we just read. And this is, exactly what she said about the event, or about the, unfortunate circumstances. So, losing over 4, or going an additional, 4 kilometers, or being 4 minutes up the road and then finishing just this far down behind. Take, for example, 4 kilometers. If you have to ride 4 more kilometers than everyone else, even at 40 kilometers an hour, which is extremely quick, that's going to be another 6 minutes. And obviously, she probably lost more time than that. And then even just the effect that's going to have on your mindset is going to be absolutely huge. So definitely a disappointing series of events for Holly. And I don't know. I mean, I just don't understand how this happens at such a high level. I mean, I understand mistakes happen, and, humans are fallible. And if the lead motorbike let her off course, well, that makes, I guess we can forgive mistakes. But aren't these motorbikes employed by Ironman? Aren't they briefed very well by Ironman? We've seen a lot of discrepancies even with the motos. How many motos are leading or hanging around a front group and potentially, accelerating them forward, giving them a draft advantage. And then we've also seen discrepancies between, for example, the Ironman World Championship and other Ironman since then, with regard to drafting, and some really weird drafting penalties that have been handed out, and then some obvious drafting which has not been penalized. So there's a lot of discrepancies in, some of the handling of all this stuff by Ironman. And I think that they really need to get their act together, because people are not happy in general. Some people don't mind, but generally the consensus is that people are kind of pissed with Ironman, especially after their announcement that the professional men will be racing in Nice for the Ironman World Championship in 2022, rather than in Kona, like they always have every other year, except for the 2021, which was in St. George, but that was purely because of the pandemic. So, I guess not much else to say on this, apart from shocked that this can happen at a, high profile race where there's money on the line. These are athletes' careers that you're literally, impacting. And yeah, it's really, really disappointing. So let me know what you guys think. Leave a comment in the comments, and share your thoughts on this debacle, because it's definitely a bit of a fuck up, really, and there's no other way to explain it. So thanks, guys. Take care. See you in the next video, and hopefully we get some improvement in the standard of Ironman marshalling and I guess organization in 2023. Thanks, guys. Alrighty, guys.